What's up guys, how you doing? Welcome to another video. So today we're talking Canon R6, we're talking Canon 1DX and we're talking ISO levels. Hopefully you guys have been following along for my Canon R6 series. We've been talking all about the Canon R6 and one of the things I've been asked about loads is how does it compare with my 1DX? You guys who've been around the channel for a while, you'll know that I use my 1DX for pretty much all my photo jobs alongside my trusty 7D Mark II. And of course lately I've been pairing the 1DX with the R6. You'll notice I'm going like this when I talk about the R6 because the R6 is right here. You guys are on the R6, I'm filming on it right now and I've got the 1DX in front of me. So we have done a whole load of tests specifically around the ISO performance. I have got some more videos coming about this comparison, don't worry, we're going to do an entire comparison between the 1DX and the R6, but I'd had a load of questions specifically about the ISO performance, and so I thought to do that topic justice kind of needed its own video, and that's what this is right here. So I set up a little bit of an experiment, okay? We have used our little man right here, our Lego Stormtrooper, and I've set him up over here on the side, and we have taken a load of photos with the 1DX and with the R6 at various different ISO levels. Those of you guys who are interested in some of the science behind the test, I set it up, all of the images were shot using my Canon 24 to 70 f2.8 lens. For those of you guys who are really interested, this is the Mark II, and I set it up so that the front of the lens, because of course when you use the extender on the R6 it is a little bit longer, so I set it up so that the front of the lens was the same distance away from our little Lego Stormtrooper. So I tried to keep all of the other variables exactly the same, distance from the end of the lens the same, the lighting and stuff in the room all stayed consistent through all of these images. Now to try and show you guys as much kind of true to reality as possible, all of these images are straight out of camera. Haven't done anything with them at all. I've cropped them to get them the same size and shape, but no post-processing, I haven't messed with the levels, anything like that, they're all straight out of camera. And all of the images are shot with RAW, so these are all RAW images straight out of camera. About to get into the images right now. If you're excited to see them, do me a favour, take 1 second, hit that like button, really appreciate it, helps me out on my channel, thank you very much. You might want to think about subscribing if you haven't already, loads of other videos to come on my channel which you might enjoy. So without further ado, let's get into this. Right now, I should say the whole idea with this and pretty much all the questions I have been asked have been to do with higher ISO, low light performance, okay? So we haven't compared ISO 100, 200, everything like that. But just for the sake of comparison, both these images right here were shot at ISO 400. So there we go, going to put them both on the screen. There's the 1DX, there's the R6. I would say at a lower level ISO like this, really pretty difficult to see any difference between the two. But that's the two of those just for comparison. Now, for all the other photos coming up from this point, I'm not going to put the names of the camera with the photos straight away. That's so you guys can have a look and you can try and judge independently which one you think is best as we go. And you probably guessed I might swap them over as we go through the course of the video as well. So my base starting point for this is going to be ISO 3200. Now the reason for that is when I'm shooting in low light, like I'm shooting basketball, something like that, pretty much my ISO level at a minimum would be around 3200. Normally a bit higher than that, but I thought that would be the starting point. So let's crack on. Both images on the screen right here. The 1DX and the R6 both shot at ISO 3200. Now personally I would say not really much different at this stage, maybe slightly if you were having a look. You probably had enough time to judge, so let's put the camera names on the screen right now. There you go. I would say probably the R6 has a slight edge, but not very much. I would say they're pretty much the same. Right, so let's jump on from there. Let's go to 6400. Both of them images on the screen. Here we go. Both these were shot at ISO 6400. And again, I would say very similar to the 3200. Not really much difference between them. If you were being picky, I would probably say the R6 wins this one again, and there they are. That's the R6 and the 1DX. If you were being picky, probably the R6 just about edges this one. Right, now let's jump up higher. Let's crank it up. There's no messing around. Let's go straight to 10,000 ISO. Here we go, 10,000 ISO. Now this is where you start to see, I would say, slight little bit more difference. Not a massive amount. I mean, both the images are still entirely usable, but there is a little bit of difference. There's the labels for the photos. And as you can see, I would say again, the R6 slightly edging it. Okay, so from here, now no more messing around. We're going all the way up to the top. Well, not all the way up to the top as you're about to see, but we're going to go all the way to 25,600. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't think I ever shoot at 25,600 ISO. But just in case you need to, here we go, both the images, ISO 25,600. Now, the crazy thing about this is that both these images, I would say, are very, very usable. There we go, that's so we can see which one's which. Now, I would say again, look, the R6 slightly edges this, right? But they are both crazy good. I mean, guys, 25,600 ISO. That is crazy, crazy. Now, just for the sake of this test, I wanted to really push that R6 as far as we could, because at this stage, I feel like we're kind of establishing the R6 maybe has a slight edge. But the ISO capabilities of the R6 are crazy. So here you go. This image was shot at ISO 40,000. 40,000 ISO, guys. Now, you can see, look, that's a pretty grainy image, right? But could you still use that if you had to? You maybe could. And you know what? It goes better than that. And by better than that, I mean if you want to. If you want to, and I cannot think why you would need to unless you're shooting in a cave via candlelight, but if you want to, you can shoot the R6 at 102,400 ISO. And here we go. This image was shot at 102,400 ISO. I mean, that is a crazy high number, right? But there you go. Now, that image is grainy as hell, right? It really is. But I thought, just to see, I thought I would do a little bit of work on this one. So this image right now here is the same image, but I've done a little bit of post-processing in Lightroom. Not a huge amount. I've played a little bit with contrast levels, highlight, shadows, brought the darks down slightly, tiny bit of noise reduction, although not that much. And suddenly that becomes quite a usable image, right? Now don't get me wrong, you wouldn't want to use that image or that higher level ISO level, but if you had to, you could. And that's a big advantage because that is simply something that the 1DX cannot do. So what do we think? Look, I would suggest that both the cameras are amazing cameras when it comes to high ISO, low light performance. Really good. Both sets of images from both cameras really usable through all the range of ISO that I would ever personally need, and all the way up to levels beyond that, 10,000 and above. The R6 has a crazy ability to go all the way to over 102,000 ISO, and so that kind of gives it the edge by default. But even then, when you looked at some of the lower ISO numbers, the R6 still had that slight edge. Now, I know some of you guys will be saying, oh yeah, but that's the 1DX Mark I. Yep, you're absolutely right. We will be doing a test fairly soon, hopefully, with the 1DX Mark III, where we will compare the 1DX Mark III with the Canon R6 to really see how those two come together. But actually, for me, this is probably the more direct comparison, because people looking for cameras in this kind of price range probably aren't going to be looking at the 1DX Mark III. You're probably going to be looking at the Mark I or maybe a used Mark II. And actually, for me, the Canon R6, 1DX Mark I, really comparable, and actually I think the Canon R6 wins the race on this occasion. One more thing to show you from the Canon R6 right here. I took a photo at a basketball training session the other day using that 102,400 ISO level. Here's the photo straight out of camera. As you can see, grainy as hell, and here's the image again once I've done a bit of work with it. And you can see what I mean, right? It's not ideal, you wouldn't want to use it, but if you had to, with a little bit of work, it becomes a usable image. Crazy, crazy good. Guys, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up button for me. Really, really appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. If you'd like to see some more of my photos, go check out my Instagram at RobSambleSport, and I'm going to see you guys on the next video.